Is this tool about to be discontinued, the Leatherman Wingman? Is this tool the entry point for many people with Leatherman? Is this tool worth buying? We're going to talk about that and more.
Welcome, this is Haku EDC. This is Multi-Tool Monday, and today we are looking at the Leatherman Wingman. Each Monday we go through a multi-tool and look at it and do a quick review and comparison to other multi-tools. The Leatherman Wingman is considered by many to be the entry-level multi-tool for those looking for Leatherman products. Other people think it is a sidekick. Then there are a few that think the Way Plus. For me, anything that's over $100 is not an entry-level tool. This tool sells for about 70 bucks. You can get it discounted, and it's looking like it may be discontinued. Do you think that this tool will be discontinued? Make a comment. This tool is really compact, lightweight. It is a fairly simple tool to use. But let's start off with some basic information about the tool, and then we'll come back to its parts. It does come with a sheath. It's upright, or you can use the clip to put it on you. Let's give it a little bit more information here about its weight. Weighs about 6.8 ounces, and translating that into grams, about 193 grams, so a little bit less than 200 grams. Let's look at its length. Its length here is, as we can tell, a little under 4 inches or so. Um, and that gives it a little bit of a half heft, while at the same time being able to fit in most people's pockets without an issue. And obviously, it'll fit in bags, fit in quite a few number of pouches if that's what you're going to be carrying it with. This particular Leatherman was first brought on the market around 2011, and it came on the market at the same time as a Sidekick. And the Sidekick has approximately the same pricing, around 70 bucks. Both of them can be found discounted for as low as 55 bucks if you look around for them. I'm not going to go through the Sidekick too. I do think that this is a better piece of Leatherman history and a better piece of Leatherman quality than the Sidekick. If you disagree with me, you know where to put your comments. The tools here. It does have spring action pliers on it. The needle nose is okay. On mine, I don't know if you can see that very well, but on mine here, I don't know if this is supposed to be this wide apart here or not. I've seen other ones where these are touching all the way down to here. So I don't know if mine was an issue or if it was an issue. The pliers here work well. It's got wire cutters, and it's got a wire stripper, which is down here, and I'll talk about that a little later. Let's go through some of the tools that we will see on here. Let's open up. Let's open up the knife first. It is a nice knife. It is serrated on this particular end. It's similar to a lot of the Leatherman knives that are straight here and then a little bit of straight. This has the least amount of serration of any knife. I'm not even sure why they even put that on there. But this blade is a little less than 3 inches long, but it is also lockable right there. It's got a liner lock on this particular blade. On the other side are the scissors, and the scissors are lockable too. It's one of these things on my scissors, and I've read this on others, you have to push it down a little bit further manually to get it to lock in. Then these scissors are not all that good. It does okay on paper and some plastic things, but once you get into something like this is just a little rubber band here, and you got to hold the rubber band tight, and then it'll cut it. Otherwise, like here, it's very hard to cut. And cordage is almost impossible to cut with it. Let's get a little cordage out here. As you can tell, it won't cut cordage. That's typical, even though this one's maybe 5, 6 years old, but that's typical of a lot of waves that are even being sold today. Um, what I tell people when they get a wave that they may want to get something else that cuts well, something like this little next tool, or preferably like this Swiss Army knife. But even I'll just pull this out just to show you the little bit of a difference of the cutting. We'll just go back here. And you can tell that even though this is not a great cutting tool, it's much better than the Wingman. Let's get back to the Wingman here. Let's go and open it up. Oh, there's a clip there. We can open it up and look at some of the inside tools. This inside tool here is a can opener, bottle opener. It's got a file on this side. This file is, I don't know why you use it, except for your nails. And then there's a box opener. This box opener is pretty nice, actually. It does well at opening boxes. In this little area here, let me turn this over. Right here, you can push this down in here and use this as a wire stripper. And I've tried the wire stripper part of it. It works. The other side of this particular one is a ruler. And it does have inches and centimeters, but you don't know how much you actually have. It doesn't say what the lengths are. You can probably guess. And it's also not long enough to matter in my mind. It would have been better if they would have put something else besides a ruler on the other side. Theoretically, on this side, you have pretty much a flat screwdriver here, and you also have what this could be a pry bar or a regular screwdriver here. I'm sorry, Phillips, and this is a flat screwdriver here. You can use it for just regular size screwdrivers, but not anything that's small or large. Now let's take a little bit of time and go over some pros and cons of the Wingman. It does have some tools in it that are useful, particularly the pliers, the knife, the box cutter are really useful tools. The other ones are, okay. It's 420 HC steel on the knife. Um, Theoretically, you can do it the knife one-handed, and that's really helpful. It is not super heavy, and it's got the 25-year warranty from Leatherman. That 25 years makes this a valid, viable piece to actually own. The cons are it's fairly bulky inside the pocket. It always feels to me when I wear it or use it that the weight is uneven with it. At 70 bucks, this is pretty expensive for like what you get. There are a number of tools that you can get at half that or 60% of the price with more and better tools on it. I'll talk about some of those later. The tools here are not what I would like to have from Leatherman. I think the tools should be better here. There's no way of adding any kind of bit drivers like you would see on the Skeletal or on the Wave Plus. So some of the competitors of this are going to be, the SOG Power Access, the Roxol 19-in-1, the Byberry 21-in-1. Each of those are going to be in basically the $30 range, maybe $40 range, and they're going to have every tool that this one has, and most of those tools are going to work better for most people. Now, those tools are not going to come with a 25-year warranty, and I do think that the quality construction about is going to be better with Leatherman. Whether there's twice as much better, who knows? There is questions about if Leatherman will be discontinuing this. A lot of stores have been discontinuing this. It is much harder to find the Wingmans in early 2023 for instance, and so you take that as a pro or a con. My preference is that they do stop making the Wingman and the Sidekick. I think that the competition is just eating them alive for these particular items, and that they can do some other things, which I have talked about previously, and I will talk about again to improve their particular lineup. Overall, this tool is made for DIYers. You can put this tool inside your car. It has a backup tool. It is really a backup tool for a larger tool set, or a backup tool from like the Surge or even the Arc that someone would have with them. This tool is, as I stated, a little too overpriced for what you want to have it. But if you want to get into the Leatherman shop system and you only have about $70, I think that you should save up your money to get like a Wave Plus, or get even like a used Wave Plus on eBay before you get this one, or you get a third party one from like Roxxon, Rock Tool, Byberry, or even something like the SOG Power Access, or a Gerber Trust. All have better tools that are going to be more substantial to what your needs are. This is Haku EDC. Just talked a little bit about the Leatherman Wingman, and I will see you in the future.